Everyone, my name is Abhishek and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today's my topic is GNCTD Amendment Act 2021. As we all know, the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha passed the GNCTD Amendment Act 2021, and since then it has been a controversial topic because it gives primacy to the Lieutenant Governor over the elected government in the city. So let us talk about the background to the Delhi governance structure. So, the 69th Constitutional Amendment Act 1991 conferred the Union Territory of Delhi with a special status and redesignated it as the National Capital Territory of Delhi and designated its administrator as the Lieutenant Governor LG. This act provides for a fully elected assembly and council of ministers responsible to this assembly, and it conferred on the assembly the power to legislate on all matters in the state list as well as the concurrent list except land, police and public order. So however the laws of parliament prevails over those made by the Delhi assembly, but it also governs the city or local government in the area as per the 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. So it also brought in provision from the Government of Union Territories Act 1963, namely that in case of a difference between the LG and the Council of Ministers on any matter, it shall be referred to the President by the LG for his and her decision and pending such decisions. The LG can take any action on the matter as he and she deems appropriate. So, in this act, the relevant cases are government of NCT of Delhi versus Union of India. So the Delhi Lieutenant Governor LG Najeeb Jung said it was not mandatory for him to send files regarding police, public order and land his reserved subjects. To the Chief Minister office, Jung was backed by the Ministry of Home Affairs in May 2015, which through a government notification said that LG had the final decision on matters related to police, public order, land and services, adding that the Delhi Anti-Corruption Branch ACB could not investigate central government employees. So the next point in this is that the government of Delhi constituted a commission to investigate into CNG fitness scam allegation matter and said was overturned by Home Ministry by saying that the government does not have power to set up a commission, therefore declared is to be void. So the LG stayed the decision of the Delhi government to increase the circle rates on the agricultural land. All these continuous events led to the contradiction between the LG and CM. The case was filed as an appeal to August 2016, the verdict of the Delhi government that ruled that the Lieutenant Government of Delhi exercised complete control on all matters regarding National Capital Territory and City of Delhi. So, so, so the issue is that should Delhi be treated like a union territory with the lieutenant government as its administrative head, or as a special state where the lieutenant governor is bound by the advice of the chief minister? So the Supreme Court held that the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi had no independent decision-making powers and was bound to follow the aid and advice of the Delhi Chief Minister, headed Council of Ministers of the Government of Delhi on all matters, except those pertaining to police, public order and land. So let us talk about the GNCTD Amendment Bill. The Government of National Capital Territory Amendment Act 2021 has come into force after being passed by the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So the Amendment Act was effect of amending section 21, 24 and 33 and 44 of the Act. The objective of the amendment is to make it more relevant to needs of the capital. Further, it defines the responsibilities of the elected government and the lieutenant governor and create a harmonious relationship between the legislature and the executive. The amendment would ensure better governance in the NCT of Delhi and leads to improved implementation of schemes, programs meant for the common people of Delhi. So the amendments amendments are: the law gives sweeping powers to the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi by declaring him to be Government of Delhi. It also provides that the opinion of the LG shall be obtained on such matters as may be specified by LG before taking any executive decision. And third one is, the bill also prohibits the Legislative Assembly from making any rule to enable itself or its committees to consider the matter of day-to-day administration of NCT of Delhi, and second one is the conduct an inquiry in relation to administrative decisions, and further any provision in force having the above sad effect will be void. So fourth one is it provides that the rules made by the Delhi Legislative Assembly to regulate the procedure and conduct of business in the assembly must be consistent with the rules of procedure and conduct of business in the Lok Sabha. So let us talk about the constitutionality of the GNCTD Act. First of all, it violates the basic structure of the constitution, which was outlined in the landmark case of Keshwananda Bharti versus State of Kerala. In this judgment, a 13-judge bench, Constitution Bench of the court, had held the Parliament cannot use its power to militate against the basic elements or fundamental features of the Constitution. So there are some basic elements violated in this act are republican and democratic form of government, separation of power between the legislative and legislature, executive and judiciary, federal character of the Constitution. So the 1991 Act can be understood to be legislation supplemental to Article 239 and cannot go beyond what is contained in the letter. This is as per a settled principle of law that a legislative proposal cannot be incidental or consequential if effect of its against the parent law or constitution. So this was articulated by the Division Bench of the Supreme Court in its judgment in the case of Supreme Court Welfare Association versus Union of India. The said act legitimately overrules the judgment given in government of NCT of Delhi versus Union of India. So the rationale given behind the grant of special status to the NCT of Delhi in this constitutional scheme in this case was the real purpose behind the Constitution 69th Amendment Act, as we believe, is to establish a democratic setup and representative form of government wherein the majority has right to embody their opinions in law and policies pertaining to the NCT of Delhi subject to limitations imposed by the Constitution. For paving the way to realize this real purpose, it is necessary that we give a purpose interpretation to Article 239, so that the principle of the democracy and federalism, which are the part of the basic structure of our constitution, are reinforced in NCT of Delhi in the trust sense. So the court also said that status of the LG of Delhi is not that of governor of a state, rather he remains an administrator in a limited sense. It had also pointed out that the elected government must in mind that Delhi is not a state. So the Parliament cannot overturn a Supreme Court decision without lawfully removing the defect or infirmity pointed out by the court, because it is obvious that legislature cannot trench on the judicial power vested in the court. So and it was held in the case of People's Union for Civil Liberties, Union of India. The Act nullifies the ruling given in the government of NCT Delhi versus Union of India without altering its basis. That's it. Thank you.